Hello, it's Bob here in the Dean's office in the College of Engineering at the University of South Florida on day 19 of Operation Engineering. How are you doing? And I hope this message finds you and your loved ones healthy and safe. Here I am again at my farm. I know that the quality of the video is not as good as when I use my iPhone, but I'd like to use this for a little while because it gives me the opportunity to talk to you in a setting at my farm that I find peaceful and restful. So today's quote is in keeping with our music theme. It's from a band called the Foo Fighters. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. So one of the writers of that song was David Grohl. So I'm wondering if you know what famous band he was from prior to the Foo Fighters. Today I want to talk a little bit about the induction into the profession. So I've been talking about this a little bit in the past, but many of you may not be familiar with what this is. So this is a ceremony that we conduct in May and in December. So upon graduation, students in engineering are inducted into the Order of the Engineer. The Order of the Engineers was founded in Canada after a bridge collapse in 1907 killed 75 workers. The bridge collapse was due to engineering errors. Engineers began to think that ethical standards needed to be included along with technical expertise. Makes sense, right? So the Order of the Engineer began in the United States in 1953, and the USF has conducted the ceremony since 1989. Each engineering student receives a steel ring for the little finger of their working hand and recites the oath called the Obligation of the Engineer. Now, in 2007, a group led by our own Dr. Ken Christensen established the Pledge of the Computing Professional, which lays out specific ethical obligations of the computing professional. Students in computer science, information technology, and cybersecurity take this oath and receive a lapel pin. This is a joyous ceremony with lots of cheering and applause for the achievements of our students. Now, since we can't hold a ceremony in person this spring, we are conducting the oath online for our students who want to participate. So as of today, there are 240 students registered. They will receive their certificates or rings and pins by mail in May. So on Monday, I filmed the ceremony, and in the attached email, I show a couple of outtakes so that you can get a feel for what this is going to look like online. And what I'd like you to do, though, is note my green jacket, because I purchased this at a vintage shop. It is from the 1970s. Maybe some of you can remember, or some of you recall hearing about the so-called leisure suit. Well, indeed, I have one. So thank you for continuing to submit your photos and your stories. I've included more stories about music and more art in today's email. Let me thank you for all that you do for our students and for their success. And thank you for continuing to participate in this project. It's meant a lot to me, and I hope that many of you are enjoying each day, learning more about each other. I learned today that there are a few pets in the college that have not had their photos submitted. So let's get on the ball there. And I believe that there are more musicians out there too, and I'd like to hear from you. We received one poem yesterday. I've heard today that there are more poets out there. Please think about submitting one of your poems. That would be wonderful. And continue to submit your art. In addition to your own art, you can submit photos of some of your favorite pieces of art. So thank you again for all that you do. Stay safe, be well, and we'll talk again soon.